more testing. So every Wednesday, I like to experiment and test out some of my backpacking gear. So today we are going to be testing some alcohol stoves, but the way that we are going to test it is we're going to see how much an inch actually matters when it comes to using an alcohol stove. And what I mean by is, like, if you're just tuning in, um, so you have an alcohol stove, right? Hey, what's up, Jennifer? How's it going? Yeah, about to do some testing right now. So we're gonna take an alcohol stove and we're gonna see what the flame is if we measure it at one at about 1 inch right here, and then we're gonna test at 2 inches, and we're gonna see how much heat is actually lost in this process. So I went ahead and constructed years of blueprints. I finally came up with this right here. So let me explain what's gonna happen. So I'll pull the camera this way. Okay. So first off, we're gonna go ahead and start a boil, and we're gonna do a simple boil first. And let's see. We're gonna use one of my favorite stoves right here. Okay. It's probably one of the easiest. Right here, this is an alcohol stove. Weighs about an ounce right here. And first, we're gonna go ahead and do a normal boil so we can figure out. And this measurement is roughly, I think I measured it already. It is close to. So if I measure right here, and almost like an inch and a half that we're looking at. Okay. So we're gonna dump some alcohol in here and try to get this thing going. So hope everyone's doing swell. We're gonna dump in. This a half ounce. Let's go ahead and put some alcohol in there. We're doing everything scientifically, so we're actually measuring everything. So right there is 1 ounce of alcohol in this. Okay, and we're gonna use this stove, and we're gonna dump in. Let's go with. First, we're gonna start off just doing it easy, and we'll put in. Let's see. Hopefully, we can. Yeah, you can kind of see the numbers in there. Okay, we're gonna put in 8 ounces. All right. So let's go ahead and put in 8 ounces. So this is something actually I wanted to do a while back, and I've tested this out a couple of times, and it's kind of unique to see the difference how an inch matters. Okay, all right, that is 8 ounces. Okay, so we got that cooking, and we need a top, and we're gonna go ahead and light this. So this right here is an inch and a half airspace. Okay. So we're going to start the timer right now. Okay. And I want to start recording this data, because this is going to make a difference later on. So yeah, this is typically like what I do on my random days that I'm not backpacking. I test out a bunch of different weird stuff, and I see what works best when it comes to like backpacking. So that's cruising right now, and we're just gonna record some stuff. This is called the hot flame, so we're gonna write down a hot flame, and the flame is, I think, 1.5 inches, and we're gonna see what the time is, and we're gonna be boiling 8 ounces of water. Okay, so we got that right there, and let me kill the light so you can actually see what is going on. So you can kind of see it right there. Oh, jeez. It's my man. Look who it is. It's Zach. Zach's back. So we're testing out the boil, Zach, just so you can kind of catch up to speed where we're at. And I'll go ahead and drop this a little bit for you. And we're testing the boil. Okay. Zach. So you can see the flame right there. And that is measured at 1.5 inches. Ah, Zach is back. What up? What up, farmer? So right now we are going on a total of 2 minutes, waiting for a boil. And you can start to almost hear some noise. So we're only trying to boil 8 ounces at this point right now. And my theory is that if we increase the measurement, it's going to lose heat. But then we're also going to add a little twist to this, because we have this kind of stove, this kind of pot, and we got a smaller pot that I want to test out too. So we're going to be testing out a couple different things this evening. And let's see. We're going on almost 3 minutes. Still no sign of boiling going on. All right, we just hit the 3-minute mark. Nothing. I don't hear any noise yet. And we're still cruising. I can go ahead and move the wedges off for now. That's going to be later on in the test. We're going to actually test that next. But right now, we're trying to get to a boil. So it looks like we're starting to hear some noise. That's a good sign. Okay. As soon as I start seeing steam coming out of there, we're going to go ahead and kill the timer. It's actually lasting kind of a long time. Huh. I'm shocked that it's actually lasting this long. Coach asked that why he blocked you? Is that even possible? Stop, no way. I didn't even know you could block someone. Zach, you can't be blocking people. You're a bot. Alright, we're at 4 minutes. Sounds like there's a lot of motion going on. Let's double check. Not quite yet. I didn't block him. Zach, stop blocking people, man. Totally a bot. Okay. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there. This is actually a long boil. Maybe because I'm just starting everything up. I'm kind of curious why it's taking so long. It looks like there's plenty of surface area. I just deleted your comment being so rude. Can you believe we're actually going on 5 minutes for a boil? Okay, I see steam. We got 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Okay. Let me go ahead and turn on the lights. All right. Okay. 1 second. Just in the. I'm starting an empire. I heard you're starting a clan. Did you guys hear that? Zach is starting a clan. Did you guys all hear that? All right. It's still boiling. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to dump this water out, and then we're going to repeat this test. And I'm going to record this information right now. So this was... did someone remember what... I forgot to hit the stop button. I think it was it 4 minutes and 55 seconds? I think that's what it was. Boiling time. Boiling time. Okay. And you know what? We can actually write it right here. All right. So the boiling time for this test right here was 4 minutes and 55. Okay. What am I missing over here? Make sure I'm not missing too much. Hey, Coach. Oh, it's Baby Mac. Baby Mac made it too. You finally made it live, my man. It's been a long time. It must have been, geez, was it spring? Last time I caught up with you? All right. We're going to let that cool off a little bit. And we're going to write down the data for the next one. Let's see. Nobody remembers you. Zach, say hi to everyone for us. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this. Zach, you better stop disrespecting me. I'm his friend, okay? All right. 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Let's go ahead and add some more water in here. And we're going to increase this. We're going to increase this 1 full inch and see what the difference is. All right. Some fighting words going on. Oh, you want to start cyberbullying? Oh, you guys crack me up. Okay, so we're going to increase the size of this 1 inch. Let's see. These might work the best. Bought like a bunch of different little wedges. Let's see. Okay. We're actually probably going to have to go higher. These things probably won't work that well. Okay. All right. Actually, I do need these, don't I? All right. So we need to increase this by a whole inch. So I got these little wedges. What are you guys all talking about? All right, let me show you what I'm doing because it's getting a little ridiculous. Oh my god. You don't even realize you're just being proud of. Zach, stop being so mean. So hatred. Hatreded. I don't think Zach has ever liked anyone in his entire life. He has a friend called Bunny. Bunny's his friend. Okay. So we're stacking these things up. And we got a fire extinguisher, so hopefully nothing too crazy happens. I don't want to set my place on fire. I'm sure Zach would like that, though. Okay, let's measure this right here. I want to bring it up 1 whole inch. Okay, that's almost 1.5 inches, so we don't have to go that high. Measure this again. That's about 1 inch there. That's uneven. Let's go ahead and flip this around. Measure that. Okay, that's a little bit lower. Okay. All right, that should be about right. Let's see. Inch there. Inch there. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and just double check to see if these actually support my little other supporting stand. Okay. So in theory, this should work out somewhat decent. Okay. So we're going to put water on top of this. Oh man, that doesn't look stable at all, does it? That doesn't look stable at all. Okay, maybe we'll add a couple more. Well, welcome to Coach Bill's Round 5 Disaster Zone. No, we're gonna make sure that this is nice and stable. We don't want any loose fires in here. If something melts, that's a different story. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's an inch higher. So let's go ahead and dump in another ½ inch of alcohol in here. I'm sorry, ½ an ounce. Let's see, where's the ounces? Tablespoon, ounce right here. Okay, we're gonna dump in here. All right, let me know in the chat what you predict the time is gonna be. Okay. All right, I was holding my breath on that one. Net spill. All right, okay. So we're gonna reset this. Let me check out the chat. What are you guys saying? By the way, I do have the number 1 crown. Wait, what did you time them out? Zex, my villain name is General Obvious. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. By the way, I got 93 subs. Nice job, Baby Mac. Are you still making your short videos? I hope so, man. That's how I was able to get a lot of viewers. I'm so close to getting monetized, by the way. Okay, so we got everything ready. We got the timer, and we're gonna start recording this. Okay. All right. Can I get the flame in there? Okay, flame is in there. Place this on top. Oh boy. This does not look safe. Okay, all right. Start timer. Okay, so this right here is now about 2 inches off. Okay, so let me go ahead and take the camera so you guys can see the difference. Okay, and we're gonna hit the lights on this too. Okay, turn off the lights. All right, so now we're cruising with about 2.5 inches of space. And the timer is going right there. And let me, actually, I don't want to touch that right there because I could probably mess it up. Okay, we'll wait till afterwards. This should confirm it. Okay, so I'm guessing the time is almost gonna add on additional minutes just by adding another inch of airspace. So what we're kind of measuring is the flame, and the flame actually looks kind of decent. Let me go ahead and hit the light so you can actually see it maybe a little bit better. Okay, yeah, you can actually see more of the flame like this. And whoa, shit! Oh, okay, don't worry. Nothing's on fire. We got the fire extinguisher here. We're good. Let me crank on the light. Yeah, great. All right. You knew this was going to happen. Ah, boy. Okay. Let me set up the camera again. Flame's still going. Okay. All right. Okay, I think stuff started melting over here. Okay, let's go ahead and... I knew this was going to be a bad idea. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a really tough measurement because I didn't know how to really measure this really well. Okay, this is still pretty hot. Okay, it's all right, people. We make mistakes, we own up to it, and we keep moving forward. Okay. What I think I'm going to do, try to make it a little bit more safe. And I was keeping it on this so we can get like a better view of everything. We're actually going to flip this upside down. Okay. There's water spilled everywhere. I mean, that little accidents are going to happen. That's all right. Okay. All right. We're going to try doing this test again. This time we're going to do it this way. We'll put that back in there. Okay. And, okay. This needs to stay up better. I think that's what the problem is. We're melting this right here. So it melted a little bit. You can actually feel it. So this piece right here was melting, and it kind of affected the stability. And yeah, like these are melted together, these blocks now. Okay. Well, we can't keep on having that be an issue. All right. And I'm guessing it's because this is getting so hot, it's actually generating heat into this. All right. Well, we're going to figure this out, and we're going to keep on testing. Okay. Let's set this up like so. Maybe we'll just be able to only go a half an inch high. Again, probably you shouldn't be doing this inside your house. Unfortunately, this is what I have to do because I'm not going to go outside and do this. Okay, that actually seems like it fits way better. All right, so we're going to increase this. Man, I'm kind of disappointed. We didn't increase it that much. Like a half an inch. Okay. I was hoping to increase it by a full inch. Can I fit these in here? Okay, well, we're just going to test it at a half an inch. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some more alcohol in this. I'm sorry for making a mistake, everyone. Again, this is what we do, okay? We try to test different things. Some things work out well. Some things don't. They simply just don't. And you just got to kind of go with the flow. All right, we're going to put in another half ounce. Probably don't need another half ounce. But the good thing about this stove, I can put it out whenever I feel like it. Whoa, yeah, there's a lot of, see, it shouldn't be, you can actually see it like how saturated that is. It shouldn't be like that. I'm kind of messing up, to be honest. Not to mention, I'm dripping water all down here along the wall. All right, so much for being a pro. Hope everyone still enjoying their day, enjoying their evening with Coach Bill 3 on 5 as we attempt to do different tests. So we're going to go ahead and put another 8 ounces in there, which is equivalent to a cup. All right, there we go. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and attempt to boil again. Let's go ahead and hit this flame. Hopefully, it's not too bad of a mess up. Yeah. Okay, hopefully, I'm just going to let that burn. It looks like some of the plastic is actually kind of touching. I think we will be fine, but we better go ahead and start testing this now before we have another spillage. Okay? Okay, putting this on right now. Okay, starting timer. Okay, hopefully we don't have another mistake. Zach's like, no one cares, yada yada. Okay, so we got it cruising again, and hopefully we don't lose the flame. Last time we lost the flame and the thing spilled everywhere. I'm gonna hit the lights, okay? So you can actually see it a little bit better. Okay. All right. So what we're looking at, what we're measuring is this. We increased the airspace right here only by a half an inch. So the boil time was originally 4 minutes and 55 seconds, so almost 5 minutes. We're gonna see what the time is just by increasing a half an inch. And oh, you can actually see the flame kind of like going off to the side. I'm gonna crush the light for a second so you can actually see how much. Well, that it's actually a pretty good flame going. It's actually a really good flame, if I have to be completely honest. I'm curious because I've actually made this thing shorter on the theory that closer this is, better heat you'll actually receive going into your cup. And we'll look at the time right now. It's at 1 minute and 45 seconds. Already got some spillage going on over here. Don't worry about that. What is kind of concerning, I'm seeing a lot of the flame almost come out on the side. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Flame still looks pretty good. Doesn't look like the stuff is melting a whole lot. This last experiment, the stuff melted and then spilled everywhere. So, still no sign, no boil. And we're trying to beat the 4 minutes and 55 seconds. I'm already starting to hear noise. I'm already hearing noise coming from this. Huh. I thought by decreasing the airspace, my flame would, the heat would actually, like, I don't know. I thought the time wouldn't change in a positive feature, but it sounds like it actually is, which is kind of remarkable. I don't even know, how is this thing possible? Like the time, like I thought it was like you would have less time by having a bigger gap than this right here. And I'm already hearing noise. We're at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. This can't be right. This can't be right. Is Zach still talking? Stop talking to me. Zach is just he's bitter. Baby Meg's going at him. Yeah, buddy. I was born in 2015. Nice. Baby Meg, don't listen to Zach. Zach is just a bot. You can ask Farmer. You can ask anybody. It's just a bot. It's a trolley bot. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of noise going on. We're almost tied. Oh, great. That's a boil. So that's 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay. Ow. All right, let me hit the light. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. That wasn't supposed to happen. I can't believe the time actually increased by increasing the... All right, so we just did the experiment. We're gonna can't blow this flame out. Okay. So let me record this. Let me dump out this water first, and then we're gonna do the second test. That's ridiculous. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, so we increased it up to 2 inches. So 8 ounces, hot flame, which is the name of the alcohol stove. We increased it to 2 inches, and the boiling time ended up being 4 minutes and 35 seconds boiling time. Okay, to me that sounds like I did something wrong. Okay, let me dry that off. We had a little spillage going on earlier. Zach, you're definitely Zach. You're a bot. Okay. All right. So, what if? See, can I break these things? I think I can. Yeah. All right. We're gonna increase this a little bit higher. Another half an inch. Is this hot? Okay. So we're gonna increase this like so. I got these little plastic wedges. I got wooden ones too. And oh, that was too big. Probably shouldn't have done that one. Gonna have to go to the store and buy some more of these things. Okay. Things I do to test out. Oh, you know, I got a bunch of broken ones over here. Okay. All right. So we're attempting to increase the height. If you're just now tuning in, we're increasing the height of this alcohol stove, and we're gonna try to go up to a full 2 inches and see what the time ends up being. We want to find the highest. Well, we want to find the fastest boiling rate based on like the height from the stove. Okay, let's measure that and see how high we are. Okay, that's 1 inch there. And it's about 1 inch there. 1 inch. 1 inch. Okay, so 1 inch plus whatever this is, which is like 2 inches. So this is a total of 3 inches off the stove. Okay. All right. This piece needs to go under here. All right. So we're about to. Oh, thank you. You guys crack me up, man. All right. So we're gonna do another ½ ounce of alcohol. Dump it in here. Measure this. Okay. Oh shit. That's not good. What ended up happening, here, I'll show you guys on the camera because it might mess up a little bit. Okay. So I'm trying to get all the alcohol in here to test this, but a little bit spilled on the side, which might cause a little flamage going on. I do have the fire extinguisher here, so hopefully we should be safe enough. We're gonna dump another 8 ounces of alcohol. Of water in here. Okay, so is that gonna balance? Oh my gosh, that does not look safe. I wish there was a better way. Okay, is that pretty good? This doesn't feel too balanced. Okay. All right. Well, let's get ready to film this test. I'm almost kind of nervous about it, so I want to get the fire extinguisher ready, and I don't want to set anything on fire. I am inside my place, and let's go ahead and I want to kill the lights so we can actually see the flame. Okay. All right. Lights are killed. All right. Let's go ahead and light this. See, this is not. Maybe this will just burn off pretty fast. There we go. Yeah. See, it's burning the side. We're gonna see if that burns off a little bit. Okay. We're just waiting for this little alcohol to burn off. Oh, shit, the plastic's catching on fire. Oh, shit. Shit. That's not good. Ah. Shit. Damn it. Oh, great. It's not good. Turn on the light. All right. Okay. It's not going as planned. I'm melting the plastic. Okay. Where's that little? So we're struggling at this time. Probably should have, yeah, everything's melting. Oh, great. Yeah, let me just put that over here. I don't want plastic on this. I don't want plastic on my hand. All right. So I'm thinking some of the problem is that I have too much alcohol. So let me just burn off some of this. Okay. So we're making a couple mistakes, which is perfectly fine in this scenario because all we're doing tests, and you're gonna always come up with some kind of issues. And granted, like this isn't the best. Like I was hoping to make this very high quality. I even went ahead and made a little poster, which kind of explains everything. So this was gonna be very high quality, and we're not getting high quality at the current time right now. We're gonna let this burn off a little bit, and because we want to test this, but right now I think there's just too much alcohol inside this stove right now. So, and our current data that we currently have is 455 at this height. When we increase the height, we actually increase the time, which I didn't think was possible, but apparently it is. Okay. All right. We're going to rebuild this. We're going to use the bigger pieces down low. And hopefully this works much better. Yeah, this is all melted. You see that? That's all melted. Okay. Doing some real science out here. Yeah, this is all melted too. Look at that. Oh, pull that apart. Yep. Kind of made some mistakes. It's going to happen. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and stack these things up correctly. Yeah. Oh, well. All right. Got to make sure that the flame isn't going to be where the plastic is. They don't even look even. Okay. All right. That looks a little bit better. Let's go ahead and put this one here. All right, let's go ahead and measure this. I'm sorry that it's taking so long. And that's at least an inch over there. That's at least an inch over there. Okay. All right. All right. Round number 2. Let's go. Oh my gosh. All right. I think we're good to test this. All right. You guys ready for this? I'm definitely am. Okay. All right. It is going. Let's go ahead and put this on here. Start the timer. Okay. Now we're cooking. It looks like we got a good experiment going on. I'm going to kill the lights. And we can actually see. Okay. So now we've increased this up to 2 inches. Okay. This is the test that I really wanted to do. And right now, I'm kind of worried about the plastic melting a little bit. I see that it's melting in the back, but hopefully it's not enough to really impact it. Wow. Okay, so looking at the time, we're at 4 minutes. Oh, sorry, only 45 seconds. 45 seconds. All right. I'm going to crush the light so you can actually see some of the flame. Okay, it looks like it's hitting a lot of surface, which is excellent. We don't see a lot of, like what I'm concerned about. I'm not seeing a lot of flame going on the outside. Because as soon as the flame is going on the outside, you're actually losing heat. So we're actually gaining, oh shit. See that? The plastic is melting. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to swear to people. The plastic's melting. Oh, okay. All right. Time out. All right. Hold on. Okay. What are we gonna do? All I want to do is just test this. Okay. No, not on the alcohol stove. Okay, maybe if I get wood. I did bring some wood once. I'm afraid that it might like catch on fire. These are melting. And these are melting pretty good. If I hit something metal. Let's see. What? This needs to be on top. I'm trying to work this out. If you have any ideas how I can go ahead and lift this thing up without it melting, let me know in the comments. Is Zach still talking to himself? I'll catch you later next time. Sorry, baby Mac. That's Zach. He's can kind of be a nuisance. Yeah. Okay. Got some plastic on here from melted. All right. Need a better plan. I got it. I got it. Okay. So we're going to use one of my old stoves to help balance this out. Okay. Let's go ahead and all right. This is going to work. These things don't catch on fire. Okay. This is actually a stove right here. We were going to test these out on a different day, but oh well. Okay. All right, trying to get the non-melted pieces. Okay, so we're gonna go kind of close. Oh, that's so hot. Okay. So we're gonna use these to hold up the stove. Okay. All right, there we go. I think we got it, people. It looks kind of like a messy experiment. I mean, my bad. It's what I do when I'm testing. I just try to figure out stuff. Okay, I do want to see what the height is on this. So we're looking at 1.5. So 1.5 plus this right here is 2. So this is going to be a total of 3.5 inches. Okay. Okay. This is a little warm. Let me get some fresh water, and we can go ahead and test this with some fresh water. Okay. All right. Let's add in some fresh water on this test. I'm making a mess. We're going to put in 8 ounces. That's 8 ounces. And let the test begin. If you guys have any questions in the comments, just let me know. I'll help you as much as I can. Okay. All right. Go ahead and start this. Okay. It's up and running. Got the timer. And we're going to start this again. Timer has started. Okay. I'm going to turn off the light. And let's see what we get. Okay. Whoops. There's first some. Okay, nothing. All right. All right. Back to the test, my people. Man. Now I hate in peace. Good job, Zach. You scared off everyone. Is that right? Because I still need to test this for my own experience. Okay, so right now we're at a total of 3.5 inches from the stove. What I should do is actually factor in how much space is with the stove. So I'll go ahead and subtract the stove with the rest of the height. So right now it's at 3.5 inches, and we'll subtract the stove at the very end. I should have measured it at the very end, but I was just kind of hoping that everything would go well, and it hasn't, because everything is spilled over, stuff's melting. It's been a whole thing. This experiment has been kind of a failure, if you ask me. Like, I might have to do this on next week. But if you are watching, I do tests like this every Wednesday. I like to play around with the different alcohol stoves. I got a couple over here that we'll mess around with maybe next week. Right now, we're just testing the air gap space between the stove and seeing if the flame actually makes a big difference. So you can actually see it. And what we're looking at is how much of this flame is actually hitting the surface of the pot itself. And we don't want to see the flame going on the outside. So far everything's looking pretty good. I'm hearing a lot of noise. We're at 2 minutes. So I'm curious, maybe because I've increased the height, it has increased the flame. Because now I have more of a direct, because if you notice on in this model right here, the flame, when we only had like one airspace, the flame was actually coming up on the sides. So it was losing energy right here. Now that I've increased that that space to 3.5 inches, it might be like all the heat might be coming straight up. Right, 3 minutes. Now, out in the field, I will say that higher it is, more of a chance the wind can actually blow out some of this. So that's another factor that we're not really taking into consideration. But by increasing this right here is actually bringing down this time, which is something that I didn't think that was going to happen. But again, it's because the flame is coming out to the side and it's losing energy on the bottom. And I'm going to crush it light just so you can see that as a demonstration. Like, it is all hitting the surface of the bottom of the cup. None of the flame is actually going on the side. So in order for that statement to be true, we have to have a boil at 4 minutes and how many seconds do we? 35 seconds. So I'm starting to hear noise. Definitely not a boil. But right now, if I'm looking at this right here, 2 inches was a good distance. 3.5 inches, you're probably losing some heat. I don't know. I'm starting to hear boil right now. Okay. Yeah. I think test A in this case might be working out. So if you increase it too much, it messes with it. I still got time for another boil. Okay. Yeah, this experiment for this test right here, we already know that it's a fail, but I still want to go ahead and record the data. Okay. Come on, give us a boil so we can just end the time. We're almost there. Almost. Come on. Just give me that boil. Come on. Almost there. Come on. Wow, going on 6 minutes. 6 minutes just for an 8-ounce boil. That's because we increase up 6:11. Okay, we got ourselves a boil. Yeah, let me put the camera back up. Turn on the lights. Oh, shit. Man, I'm making a lot of mistakes. Sorry about that, people. The tripod almost fell off. Okay. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do the other experience. Okay. So that was at 6 minutes and 11 seconds for a boil. I can write boil time. And that was, I think, 3.5 inches. Let's just go ahead and verify that. Inch and a half there, and plus 2 inches. Yeah, so 3.5. All right, I'm going to dump out this water, and we're going to do one more test. I think I got time for one more test. All right. Okay. That's probably hot. Let's go ahead and just move this up here for now. Oh, this is okay. Yeah, it looks like these little stoves actually. Okay, I do want to measure how tall the stove is. Okay, I can just pull this out. So we're almost at 1 inch. It looks like about, we can say like point eight. So just to round it up, well, make it like a simple fraction. We're just going to say, I guess 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to take all these numbers right here, minus 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch minus this flame right here. It's actually just 3/4, okay, of an airspace. Wait, that doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, it does. Okay. And then 3/4 minus 2 inches is 1 1/4. And then 3.5 inches minus another 3/4. We're looking at 2 3/4. Okay. Okay. We're going to go ahead and try to find a nice little medium ground. I want to find about 2 inches of an airspace. Okay. So we're going to take off a couple of those. Take off a couple of those. Take off a couple of those. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and add a piece there. Okay. I'm just trying to set up the height. So that's 1 inch. Is that really only 1 inch? Yeah, I guess so. So that's 1 inch. 1 inch plus 2 inches. So I want to go maybe a smidge lower. I think if I just maybe remove those. Sorry that this is taking so long. I'm trying to get everything right. And again, we are just testing the airspace. Okay. Kind of a long video. I know. But when you're testing different stuff out, you want to make sure that you're doing everything right. Okay. Okay. Definitely. Let's go ahead and 1 inch. That's perfect. I need a little bit more height on this side. Is this too much? Yeah, that's too much. Let's get maybe this piece right here. All right, that should be good for the next test. Actually, I'm not happy with that. Oh, that's wobbly right there. Man, wish this was easier to do. next week I'm going to be a little bit more prepared. I had a great idea and I just didn't execute it well. And I'm kind of getting tired too. That doesn't help. Oh, that's wobbly as all hell. Can't have it wobbling. Okay. I think that's going to work out. All right. Oh, boy. Okay. Is that going to work? That is still wobbly over here. I need better, like, these things didn't work out well. Mainly because, you know, they melt, they're plastic. Okay. That seems a lot better. I mean, it seems decent. Let's go ahead and take a height. Should be 1 inch. Okay. So this is going to be about 2 inch of an air gap that we're going to be, and I'm just going to dump some in. We don't need a lot. Okay, that should be good enough. And we're going to go ahead and put 8 ounces of water in here. We're going to light this. Okay, it's lit. Got the top going on. All right, let's get the camera going. How's everyone doing? Jeez. Oh, this video has been kind of painful. Not gonna lie. It's been pretty painful. All right. Hopefully we can make it a little bit better and get some information out to everyone. Okay, let's go ahead and start timer. Okay. So right now we're dealing with what is it? 2 inches of an air gap. So I'm gonna record this data right now. So our first, let me go ahead and just rewrite it so we can understand it a little bit better. Okay. So what we got on the first one was each test that we did was 8 ounces of fluid of water, and then most of our experiments that we were doing, we used about a half ounce of alcohol. What is it? I think it was that. And this is water. And then we're trying to look at the boiling time. So first was we had 3/4 of an air gap. We got a total of 4 minutes and 55 for a boil. Then when we increased it to 1 1/4 of an inch, we actually got a better burn time at 4 minutes and 35 seconds. And then when we increased it almost too much to 2 minutes and 34, time actually got really bad. It took us 6 minutes for a boil. So right now we're doing 2 inches and seeing what the boil time is. Okay. Lot of experimenting going on. Okay, so this is the data that we're using, and hopefully Oh, I already hear noise going on. Usually we don't have noise going on right now. The noise is actually already kicking on. This is actually turning out to be really good. So hold on. I want to see what the flame is without the camera light. Okay, so we're looking. A lot of the flame is hitting the surface. It looks like we're having some flame go on the outside, which we don't want to see that because you're actually losing some of the heat and energy. But we're already hearing noise. And this is at 3 minutes and 15 seconds going on. I think we found out the perfect solution. I'm going to have to retest this another time, and I'll go ahead and make it a little bit better next Wednesday. But what we're looking at is that we might have found the perfect height between your stove, how much of a distance your flame needs to be in order to get a perfect boil. Because that's what we're trying to find. Trying to get the perfect boil. Actually, I kind of like that. Let me go ahead and write that. The perfect boil. Perfect boil. Okay. I know some of you are probably like watching this video. If you did watch it this far and were like, what the hell is he testing? Well, this is what I do. 4 minutes in. Okay, so we could tie. 3, 2, 1. All right, so looks like we failed. Okay. So when I was looking for a really good time, this actually won. We're just going to record the data anyways. We're going on 5 minutes. Okay, still going on 5 minutes, and we still don't have a boil. I hear the noise. It's almost to a boil. And this is with a 2-inch air gap. Not exactly what you want to see. Time is actually doing pretty bad. But it looks like we can officially stop it now. Should be a boil. Yep. Okay, that test was horrible. So that was 5 minutes and 25 seconds for a boil. Okay. Not good. Let me go ahead and turn on this light. Shit. I don't know, people. This not my typical testing. Doing horrible. Yeah. Okay. Today was a bust, people. Today was a bust. I was hoping for the best. Didn't get the best. I'm gonna figure out a better way to measure this stuff for next week. Overall, I'm just kind of disappointed in my whole like setup. It didn't really work out that well. Kind of disappointed. I know I can do better, and it bothers me that this was kind of a disaster. I was truly hoping that I was going to get some like really cool data going on. I guess from the data that we researched, at least so far, 3/4 of an inch isn't good enough, and that's still a little warm. Let me go ahead and just move this. And I want to share like with you like some of my like a conclusion, okay? So what I was measuring, this was about what was it, 3/4 of an inch. Just kind of show you guys. This was like 3/4 of an inch right here, and when this set flat, we were looking at almost, I think it was let's measure this. This should be a total of 2 inches. That's 2 inches. 2 inches minus 3/4. What is that? Talk to me. Talk to me. Sorry. 2 inches minus 3/4. 1.4. So actually 1.4. That was the first one that we did. Right? Yeah. So this is actually 1.4 inches. And then this would have been 1.34 inches. Okay. Either way, people, we're gonna wait till next week and try to get some more information out to you. And I know no one's watching this video at this point, but it's all right. It's just data collection anyways. But I'm sorry to let everyone know that I failed you. I could have done a lot better, but I messed up. I'm going to figure out a better solution for next week. Again, this is Coach Bill 315, and I'm just glad that someone watched this. I don't know if anyone watched it because it was such a horrible video. It was really bad. But I just want to say thank you. Whoever is actually watching this video at this point, because it was a complete failure. I didn't get the results that I was hoping to get, and stuff was spilling, stuff was catching on fire, and it was a poor experiment. It was supposed to be a little bit more organized. Next week, I'll come back on it 8 o'clock Wednesday. That's what I do, and we're gonna keep at it. We're gonna try to figure out how to actually get a decent boil time with a decent test, because this stuff didn't work at all. And I think it's okay to admit your faults. I truly messed up. I pretty much wasted your whole time, and I apologize. But I will come out with other better videos over the weekend. So if you do want to join live, I will be out, hopefully backpacking and actually using some of the stuff out there. But yeah, I totally messed up, people. I failed. I failed miserably. It just was not a good test. And I don't know. But anyways, I'll be up in live hopefully this weekend. If you guys want to join live, it should be a lot more fun than me testing in my room. I'll actually be out there backpacking, and you actually get to see how I use like a lot of my backpacking gear, like over here and stuff, all that crazy stuff. So again, this is Coach Bill 315, and if you did stick around to this video, let me know in the comments by saying you're cool. Okay, if you say that you're cool, that means that I know that you actually stayed to the very end. All right, this is Coach Bill 315. I am out of here. Yeah, buddy.